captivating time-lapse view of the traffic on the historic 3rd Avenue Bridge, a landmark here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. The Timberwolves again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. Try as they might, they've fallen behind the pack, but a chance here to reclaim some ground. It might be tough, but this is a team they're capable of beating.
Well, this is a special matchup we've got here today. Two of the great franchises in this league. A lot of great games between these two clubs over the years, Clark.
You know what? I think if you ask them, Steve, as far as they're concerned, this game counts double time in the standings. It really holds a lot of weight with them.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Lawson at point with Aflalo. They're the back. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. And it's Hickson and at the center, locking down the middle. Wilson Chandler, a versatile forward, Steve, in his 7th season out of DePaul.
I like him, Kevin. I mean, he's strong enough to play inside, quick enough to guard on the perimeter, and then he's got that three-point range on his shot. So a very versatile player.
Hickson with the ball, now guarded by Pekovic. Martin goes in. No good. Some solid defense from Fareed. And so here's Denver. It's a 3-point game. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop them.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Here's Martin. Wilson.
Man, get off him.
Not worth it, man. Let it go.
Nah, man, that was a cheap shot. He wasn't even going for the ball, let alone looking at it.
We need you, man. You retaliate, you're the one they'll run. Chill.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
One more time and you're done, you heard me?
Well, Clark, I didn't know it was going to happen when tempers started to flare, but it looks like cooler heads have prevailed.
You know, some words were exchanged, but nothing really escalated, which I like to see. It seems like everybody on both sides recognized that they were dangerously close to perhaps getting tossed and thought better of it.
Clock at 2. Here's Wiggins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lawson kicks to Fareed. Back to Lawson. Pass to Chandler. Aflalo outside. And that one's good. Aflalo's got his first bucket in this one. So it's Minnesota now. They trail by 1. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
I didn't like the defensive game plan they had going into that one. It just seemed out of whack. The matchups were wrong, and they didn't bring the energy necessary either.
You know, it was befuddling to me why they stuck with that, Steve. I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and then they didn't make the changes they should have to get out of it. Didn't make any good adjustments there.
The shot's good from Lawson.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Here's G. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers.
And he was disruptive defensively, too, Kevin, really aggressively trying to make plays. In fact, he had 4 steals during that game.
Young's shot is off. Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Aflalo dishes to Hickson. Back to Aflalo. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Here's G. 5 points in the game. Martin wide open. He fires. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
That's good. Minnesota's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Pass to Pekovic. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Nuggets. At that point, Denver has done well without what most would call a superstar, but obviously that takes its toll come playoff time.
It really does. I mean, you need somebody that you can really rely on as your go-to guy, the one who gets it done for you in the clutch, and they haven't quite established that player, and yet they're still competitive.
And that one's good.
And that was Pekovic with a nice screen, and I tell you what, as big as he is, he can really put a screen on.
And now a look at the 2K leaderboard to see which point guards have been playing the best perimeter defense during the last month. Look at G.
Terrific point guards. They know how to clog passing lanes and come up with a lot of steals that way as well.
Absolutely. Their steals come from all over the court and in all sorts of situations. Transition, half-court sets, out-of-bounds plays, in the lane. They are the NBA's most complete defenders at the one-guard spot.
Here's G. Ty Lawson making his last shot. G passes to Young. Stolen by Fareed. Aflalo right side. Minnesota with the rebound.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Wiggins with it. Now Chandler, defender. And that one's good.
Beautiful lead pass there. He let his teammate run right underneath it.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Brian Shaw. Doris, what do you have to say?
Kevin, the focus in this one is containing penetration and preventing point-blank finishes. He said these guys have some top-tier finishers if you let them get to the rim. We simply can't allow that to happen. Guys are up 2 games to 1 in the season series. We'll see if they can keep that going.
Thank you, Doris. G, no good. For Denver, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Chandler kicks to Lawson. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Mozgov. No good. Excellent D there from G. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And Wiggins throws it down.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Here's Lawson. He's got 8. Nine feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Lawson's got 10.
He continues to fill it up. Just 1 miss in his 6 attempts.
Some changes for Minnesota. Brewer is checking. Here is Lawson. 10 points for him.
Ty Lawson, the former 18th overall pick back in 2009. Super quick, athletic point guard who looks to push the pace. He's been the perfect fit in the Nuggets' up-tempo offense.
G, he's in at shooting guard. Wiggins is out there with Pekovic. Then there's Martin, and it's Williams at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. No good from Lawson.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
And Lawson, really the engine for the Nuggets offense.
Yeah, he combines aggressiveness with really good decision-making, Kevin. Terrific in the pick and roll, and he's the player that makes them tick offensively.
Martin dishes to G. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And that one's good. Pekovic. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Boy, great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
His shooting has been so good today, and he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Williams kicks to G. Dishes to Wiggins. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
For Minnesota, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And you look at the numbers for this season, guys, from the free throw line, they're shooting 77%.
He doesn't get the second one.
The Nuggets have not done a good job defending against Wiggins.
He's got 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Here's G. He has 5. There's the pick. Shot clock at 5. Wiggins with it. Robinson picks him up from downtown. Here's G. He dishes it to Pekovic, and that one's good. Pekovic has got 6 here in this quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Here's Robinson. Following the basket by Nikola Pekovic. Misses the layup.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Pekovic with the screen for Williams. Shot off the pick. Wilson Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Robinson goes in. Lawson at the elbow. All alone. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Lawson's got 14.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Some changes for Minnesota. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And Levine subbed in for Mo Williams. Here's G. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Levine passes to Young. Can't cash in from close range. The Nuggets trail by 15. Fareed setting the pick for Robinson. Hickson up top. Chandler outside. Now the pass to Robinson. Shot from free throw range. Another shot. Hickson with the bucket.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's G. 5 points in the game. The feed to Young. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Thaddeus Young is a left-hander out of Georgia Tech. Only played 1 year in college and has really rounded into a nice pro. He's a very unique player. He's a face-up, slashing power forward with a lightning-quick first step. I mean, he's really hard to keep in front.
That free throw good from Young. And Thaddeus Young able to out-quick most of his opponents, especially Steve in transition.
Yeah, nice spin move getting to the rim and a creative finisher in close. He's got the hook, the scoop, the floater. This guy's dangerous in a lot of different ways.
Minnesota making a switch here. Zhang's checked in, and a switcher also for Denver. Aflalo's checked in.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Timberwolves leading by 12. Here's G. Passes to Levine. Screen by Young. Off the screen. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Levine's got his first 2 points of the night. The Nuggets trail by 14. Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Here's Fareed. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's G. 5 points in the game. Shoots from the line. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. G's got 7.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot.
Tipped away. It's stolen by G. Here's Dang. Second chance shot. Denver grabs the miss. here's Lawson. He's got 14. Now the dish to Aflalo. Shot clock at 6. Aflalo left side. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Young with no one around. Misses off the right iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
7 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Screen by Young, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, good call there. You can tell he was moving into the defender.
That's the way to move the ball.
And so we wrap up the first half. Timberwolves lead by 12. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. Well, our on-the-ball defense was pretty solid in the first half. We cut a lot of their possessions short by coming up with steals before they had a chance to set up. Stay tight on the ball like that. Keep denying them space. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp, and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. And as soon as this quarter starts, we need to dedicate a lot of energy to working the offensive glass. I don't think they're going to be able to hold us down if we really hit the boards hard. All right, everybody got it? Now let's get out there and tack some points onto that lead and make it a mountain that's too high for them to climb.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big in the third and fourth quarters.
Well, how about Ty Lawson in this one? He has 14 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
Here's who Brian Shaw is starting the second half with. Lawson and Aflalo are the 1 and 2. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. And it's Hickson in at the 5 spot. The Nuggets trail by 12. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Andrew Wiggins was the second consecutive Toronto native taken first overall in the NBA draft. He called it a great thing, saying, before this, no player from Canada has been #1. And now we have 2 back-to-back #1s. So it's a huge accomplishment. It just opens so many more doors for all the kids in Canada. Guys, back to you.
It's something else, all right. Thank you, Doris. Here's G. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. 6 on the shot clock. He used that pick just right. 9 points for G.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Here's Fareed. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Thaddeus Young. Well, Steve, Kenneth Fareed really raised in the game. There's so many great stories when he was young. He was challenged by his family in so many ways on the basketball.
Yeah, the story goes that his father once dunked on him and said, never let anybody do that on you again. And apparently his mother told him they'd never pass him the ball unless he was tough enough to go get the rebound. So tough love, but apparently it worked.
Now, here is Young. He's got 8. Here's G. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Wiggins cannot hit. Now Denver takes it the other way.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Into J.J. Hickson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, J.J. Hickson was drafted into the NBA after just 1 season at NC State, and he's rounded into a quality player. Strong rebounder. He's got great activity at both ends. Has a decent mid-range touch as well, and when he finishes, he does so with power.
Here's G. He's got 9. They set the pick. Martin wide open. He fires, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Martin's got 8 points.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Lawson dishes to Afflalo. Back to Lawson. Feeds to Afflalo. Shoots it. A rebound by the Timberwolves. She's got his 5th rebound in this one. And for J.J. Hickson, an athletic, physical player, certainly, Steve, he fits with the Nugget style, it seems.
So yeah, the way they come at you in transition and in waves, and all those big men offensive rebounding. I mean, that's a good fit. But he had to deal with that ACL tear back in March of 2014. So he's just rounding back into shape and trying to find his explosion again. Ty Lawson's somewhat undersized at the point guard position at 5'11", but he makes up for it with his strength, and he really competes defensively.
Wow, what a throwdown.
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. Club. He told Pekovic that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also asked for a very strong effort on the offensive glass. He wants to see them cashing in on a lot of second chance opportunities. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris.
Well, you talk about effort and energy being a skill. Some people talk about those things as skills, and Kenneth Faried is a 10 out of 10 in that category. A 6'7" power forward. His athleticism and relentless motor allow him to play much bigger than that.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Here's G. He's got 9. Young, a screen on Lawson. G kicks to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's G. Hickson grabs the board. And guys, Faried not the most skilled offensively. Most of his points coming on fast breaks, garbage buckets, dunks inside.
Yeah, but he's developing a decent touch from around the foul line area, which is a nice addition to his offensive arsenal, Kevin. But yeah, the big thing is, he's just one of those guys who you can never let your guard down against because he's constant energy.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Williams, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. That one misses for Young.
Well, the NBA is negotiating a new television deal, and there's a lot at stake. The league not just concerned with the financial figures, which of course are substantial, but also with making the game accessible to fans in this digital age.
Here's Faried, and again, Denver no good.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because he got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Young, a screen on Robinson. G passes to Young. Chandler with the steal. Fast break, here we go. Lawson outside. Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Here's Robinson. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got 3 assists in the game. The NBA is a trendsetter, too, as far as digital distribution. The more spectators, the better, whether it's on TV or smartphones or tablets.
Exactly. Agree 100%. And the NBA was a forerunner as far as a professional sports league and really tapping into that digital audience. It's as simple as clicking a link in somebody's post to start watching the game live. I think you bring in a lot of new viewers, and you got to think the demographics and the generation of the Gen Xers and digital millennials, they've grown up with this, and they're expecting this to be part of how they digest their favorite sports league. So give the NBA a lot of credit for being on top of that.
Good perspective. Fareed, a screen on Williams. Lawson with it. Williams picks him up. Lawson kicks to Robinson. He feeds it to Hickson. Back to Robinson. And it's off from three-point range. Timberwolves leading by 13. Here's G. He's got 9. And Pekovic kicks to Wiggins. Three-pointer. With the second effort, Chandler with the block. With the teardrop. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. So
That's the way to move the ball.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Hickson. Mozgov comes in for Fareed. Gallinari, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler.
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Mo Williams. Denver also making some changes. Fareed's checked in for Mozgov. Flalo comes in for Gallinari. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Nate Robinson. Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Brewer. And it's Pekovic in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
The Timberwolves. He's checked in for Denver. Chandler comes in for Randy Foy. Timberwolves leading by 15. Here's Wiggins. Soft touch off the glass.
Just putting on a passing display out there.
Well, just add another fantastic assist to the highlight reel for this guy.
Lawson outside. Chandler outside. Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Hickson kicks to Lawson. 5 on the clock. Brewer with the rebound. Brewer's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
Sure helps that they've gotten extra trips to the foul line here in the second, and that has to continue if they're going to complete this comeback. Corey Brewer, 2-time NCAA champion at Florida alongside Joakim Noah and Al Horford. And last season, a return to Minnesota where he started his career. Now in the second year of a 3-year deal.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And Lawson, here we go. And there's the rejection. Here's G. Into Pekovic. G dishes to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. He kicks it to Martin. From deep. And the shot is good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
It took him no time at all on that one. 18 points for Ty Lawson.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
G kicks to Brewer. From 17 feet out. Here's Pekovic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Aflalo outside. Chandler outside. Now Lawson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The offense looking much more crisp here. They're taking better care of the basketball. Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Young's checked in for Minnesota. Pekovic with a screen on Lawson. G passes to Pekovic, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
You know, Stephen, for Pekovic, he's not the NBA leader in points in the paint every season. He's not far off. A great post-up score, something you see less and less of nowadays.
And even off the ball, a great offensive rebounder and finisher. He punishes you on the inside.
Now, here is Lawson. Here's Chandler. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. That's now 8 points for Wilson Chandler.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Young in the corner. Kicks to G. Banked in off the glass.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin. Brian Shaw had some words for his team in that last timeout. The strategy through Lawson. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Here's G. Lawson defending. Martin the screen. Martin with a screen on Lawson. Over to the wing. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. Nuggets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And it's a Flavo penetrating. That's blocked.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
G dishes to Pekovic. Chandler with the steal. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to...
And so it...
Who'd have thought
Thought what?
that a young buck like you could actually do the right thing and avoid getting his sorry butt kicked out of the game?
I had a teammate hold me back. He told me to chill.
Sounds like a wise fella. To win in this league, you need all hands on deck. Good call checking yourself.
Thanks for the assist.
That's how we do.
gotta get